Well, we begin in New Orleans with that New Year's celebration in New Orleans that turned to tragedy overnight after a driver police say was, quote, hell-bent on carnage and rammed into a crowd at a high rate of speed and then opened fire on officers. This afternoon, we know 10 people lost their lives and more than 30 are injured. Katie Weiss is in New Orleans with the latest.
I arrived shortly after the tragedy unfolded, and witnesses on scene told me that they saw a truck moving into a crowd at a high rate of speed on Bourbon Street. That's a world-famous street, and at that time, it was filled with people celebrating the new year. Just hours into the new year, celebration turned to chaos in New Orleans after a truck plowed through a crowd on the city's iconic Bourbon Street.
He was hell-bent on creating the carnage and the damage that he did. It was very intentional behavior. This man was trying to run over as many people as he possibly could.
The incident unfolded shortly after 3 a.m. local time.
We heard loud banging sounds.
This witness did not want to be on camera.
We looked out the window, we noticed there was a lot of bodies laying on the ground.
The FBI says the suspect died after a firefight with police. The agency has taken the lead on the investigation and is looking into the incident as an act of terrorism.
The city of New Orleans was impacted by a terrorist attack.
The mayor warned people to stay away from the Bourbon Street area as the FBI investigated what appeared to be at least one improvised explosive device. The incident happened hours before the kickoff of a college football quarterfinal in the city's Superdome. Police said they're making sure the area is safe for the game. Now, the New Orleans police superintendent said the suspect fired at officers from his vehicle, striking 2 of them. They were taken to the hospital and are thankfully both in stable condition. I'm Katie Weiss, CBS News, New Orleans. Now back to you.
And just moments ago, we learned the identity of that suspect. 42-year-old Shamsud Din Jabbar is the man accused of what the governor of Louisiana called a horrific act of violence. The governor saying he and his wife are praying for all the victims and first responders on the scene. The president also made a brief comment to reporters.
I'm not going to comment on any specific at all. I've contacted every agency in the federal government as well as the state. They're all coordinating to get to the bare facts. We know what the facts are.
President Biden said earlier in a statement he released that he has directed his administration to ensure every resource is available as federal, state, and local law enforcement work to get to the bottom of what happened and to ensure there's no remaining threat. He also said his heart goes out to the victims and their families who were simply trying to celebrate the holiday, and that the government will not tolerate any attack on our nation's communities. And we have now learned there's another scene unfolding in New Orleans right now. Our sister station's Jennifer Bellamy is reporting from the scene.
An ongoing police presence situation unfolding at the corner of Mandeville and Murray. I'm going to step out so you can get a look at the scene out here right now. As you can see, there is a heavy law enforcement presence. We are understanding that this is going on for about a block or 2. We are hearing from officials very little information. We do know that New Orleans Police, New Orleans Fire, both out here on the scene, in addition to the ATF and the FBI. And we're told that any new information about what exactly is going on will have to come from the FBI. We have had a chance to speak with some neighbors here. They tell us that they were told they needed to evacuate their homes for their own safety this morning, many of them leaving with just their pets and whatever they had on at the time. We know that there is a nearby church that has opened its doors to allow people a space to kind of get out of some of the elements in the cooler weather right now, but not a lot of information. Neighbors really concerned about what is going on and if it's connected to Airbnb homes on this street. Here's what they had to say.
I hope there's no connection, but I mean, it's scary. It's just odd that it's all happening at the same time after that happened this morning. So it's scary, and we don't know. So until we do know something, just kind of puts your mind at ease, but you don't really have that ease right now.
Again, not a lot of information from law enforcement about what is going on right here, what the focus of the investigation is right now. Again, we are told that whatever we do get will be coming from the FBI, the agency that is also investigating the attack on Bourbon Street. Reporting for WWL Louisiana, Jennifer Bellamy.
And there is a press conference scheduled for 1 p.m. this afternoon. We plan to live stream that online on CBS 19 Plus and bring you the latest updates throughout the day.